In the mighty empire of Egypt, land of pharaohs and pyramids, a forgotten people suffered under the weight of bondage. Generations had passed since Joseph saved Egypt. Now, his descendants, the Israelites, were slain.
But one mother, Jochebed of the tribe of Levi, bore a beautiful son. She saw that when she could hide him no longer, she wove a small ark of papyrus reeds. With a prayer upon her lips and tears blinding her eyes, she placed her precious child within the basket. She carried the ark to the Nile's edge and placed it gently among the reeds, entrusting her son to the river and to God. And then Providence arrived. Pharaoh's own daughter came down to the Nile to bathe, attended by her ladies. Her eye caught the strange ark floating amongst the reeds. Intrigued, she sent her maidservant to fetch it. They opened the basket and beheld a crying infant. The princess's heart was instantly moved with compassion.
"This must be one of the Hebrews' children," she murmured, yet pity overruled the cruel law. She would save him.
"Shall I go and call a nurse for you from among the Hebrew women, to nurse the child for you?"
The princess readily agreed. Miriam ran and brought the child's own mother, Jochebed.
"Take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages."
When the child was weaned, Jochebed brought him back. The princess formally adopted him as her son.
"And I named him Moses, for I drew him out of the water."
Moses grew up in the splendor of the Pharaoh's court, educated in all the wisdom and arts of the Egyptians.
He was raised alongside the heir to the throne, Rameses, perhaps as brothers, perhaps as rivals, unaware of the chasm between their destinies.
He excelled in all things, strong, intelligent, a capable leader. He seemed, to all eyes, a true prince of Egypt. Yet, deep within, perhaps nurtured by secret visits from his true family, the knowledge of his Hebrew blood remained. One day, grown to manhood, Moses went out to his brethren and looked upon their burdens. He saw the bitterness of their slavery.
He saw an Egyptian taskmaster mercilessly beating a Hebrew slave, one of his own kinsmen.
A burning rage, a lifetime of suppressed identity, surged within him. He looked this way and that, saw no one,
And struck the Egyptian down, killing him instantly. He hid the body in the sand, his first act as a deliverer stained with violence.
Why do you strike your brother?
Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you mean to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?
His secret was known. Fear gripped him. He knew that when Pharaoh heard of this, his life would be forfeit.
And Pharaoh did hear. He sought Moses' life. And so, Moses fled. He ran from Egypt.
He journeyed far into the Sinai wilderness, to the land of Midian. A fugitive prince, exhausted, he rested by a well. There, the 7 daughters of Jethro, the priest of Midian, came to water their father's flocks.
Leave them be!
He even helped us water our flocks. He then graciously watered their flocks for them.
Please stay and make your home with us, Moses.
I accept your kind offer.
He married Jethro's daughter, Zipporah, and had a son. For 40 years, Moses lived in exile.
One day, leading his father-in-law's flocks deep into the wilderness, he came to Horeb, the sacred mountain of God. And there, he saw an astonishing sight, a bush burning fiercely with fire. Yet the bush, Moses,
Moses,
do not come closer. Remove your sandals, for this is holy ground.
Here I am. I am the God of your father.
Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt.
Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh? I will certainly be with you. I am who I am.
What if they don't believe me?
But Lord, Moses pleaded, I am slow of speech. I am not eloquent. How can I possibly speak to Pharaoh?
Who gave man his mouth? Your brother Aaron speaks well. He shall be your spokesman. His excuses exhausted, his destiny undeniable, Moses finally accepted the daunting mission. He returned to Jethro, said farewell to his Midianite life, and set out on the long road back to Egypt, back to face his past. The reluctant shepherd was returning as a prophet. The fugitive prince was returning as a deliverer. As God had promised, Aaron met Moses in the wilderness. The two brothers
The Lord appeared to me in a bush that burnt but was not consumed. He commanded me to lead our people to freedom.
I understand, my brother.
Thus says the Elohard, the God of Israel. Let my people go.
Who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice and let Israel go? I do not know the Lord, and I will not let Israel go.
Why do you take the people from their work? Get back to your burdens!
To prove their divine authority, Aaron throws down Moses' staff before Pharaoh. Instantly, the wooden staff transformed. It writhed upon the floor, becoming a menacing serpent. The court gasped. But Pharaoh, unimpressed, summoned his own wise men and sorcerers, masters of the Egyptian magical arts. They too cast down their staffs, and through their secret arts, their staffs also became serpents.
But then Aaron's serpent lunged. Swiftly it devoured the serpents of the Egyptian magicians.
Instead of yielding, Pharaoh decided to punish the Hebrews further for their leader's insolence. He summoned the taskmasters.
You are idle. Therefore you shall no longer be given straw for your bricks. Gather it yourselves.
But the quota of bricks will remain the same. Let them work harder. Let them not listen to idle words.
When the impossible quotas were not met, the Egyptian taskmasters beat the Hebrew foreman mercilessly.
You are idle! Idle!
Our suffering only increased.
You have made us stink in the sight of Pharaoh. You have put a sword in their hand to kill us.
Lord, Moses cried out, his faith shaken, why have you brought trouble upon this people? You have not delivered them at all.
But God reassured Moses, now you shall see what I will do to Pharaoh. Because of my mighty hand, God commanded Moses and Aaron to confront Pharaoh once more, this time by the banks of the mighty Nile itself. As Pharaoh came down to the river for his morning rites, the two brothers met him, staff in hand.
Let my people go. No.
No.
Tell Aaron to strike the water of the Nile with the staff. And he struck the water. Before Pharaoh's very eyes, a horrifying transformation began.
Instantly, the mighty Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, turned to blood. Thick, red and foul.
Not just the river, but all the water in Egypt, in canals, in ponds, even works.
The fish in the Nile died. The river stank. The Egyptians could not drink its water.
Pharaoh summoned his magicians, and they too, with their secret arts, managed to turn water into blood. Seeing this, Pharaoh's heart remained hard. He dismissed the plague as a mere trick and returned to his palace, ignoring the suffering.
For 7 long days, the blood filled the land. Egyptians desperately dug beside the Nile, searching for clean water to drink.
After 7 days, God commanded the second plague. Aaron stretched his hand and staff over the rivers, canal, and ponds.
And frogs. Frogs surged forth from the waters. An unimaginable tide.
Plead with your Lord to take away the frogs.
I will let your people go sacrifice to the Elohad if you remove this plague. Hears. Moses agreed and prayed. The next day, the frogs died. They were gathered into massive, but seeing that there was relief, Pharaoh hardened his heart once more. He went back on his word. He would not let them go.
Angered, God commanded the third plague. Aaron struck the dust of the earth with the staff. And instantly, all the dust throughout the land of Egypt became gnats.
The torment was incessant. Egyptians scratched helplessly, covered head to foot in the maddening insects.
This is from a higher power. We cannot replicate it. This is the finger of God.
The fourth plague came with a warning and a distinction. God would show his power in a new way.
Swarms of flies. Not ordinary flies, but thick, biting swarms descended upon the houses of the Egyptians.
They filled the air, corrupted the land, covered the people, making life unbearable. The buzzing was maddening.
Beaters. But in the land of Goshen, where the Israelites lived, there were no flies. God made a clear
sacrifice to your God, but do it within the land of Egypt. Our sacrifices would offend the Egyptians. We must go 3 days' journey into the wilderness.
Go. Only do not go very far away.
Moses prayed, and God removed the swarms. Not a single fly remained in Egypt. But once again, as soon as the plague lifted, Pharaoh hardened his heart. He broke his word. He would not let them go.
And the hand of the Lord will be on your livestock in the field, on the horses, on the donkeys, on the camels, on the herds.
The next day, a terrible pestilence struck. All the livestock belonging to the Egyptians began to die.
Vast numbers perished. Egypt's wealth, its transportation, its military power, crippled by the hand of God.
Pharaoh sent men to check Goshen. They returned with the report. Not one animal belonging to the Israelites had died.
Yet even this clear sign, this economic devastation, did not move him. Pharaoh's heart remained heavy.
The sixth plague would strike their very bodies. God commanded Moses and Aaron take handfuls of soot from a furnace.
Moses threw the soot towards the heavens in the sight of Pharaoh.
The suffering was intense. Painful, oozing sores covered their bodies, tormenting man and beast alike.
Even Pharaoh's own magicians were afflicted. They could not even stand before Moses, covered in the pain.
But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not listen, just as the Lord had said. His defiance continued.
God warned the next plagues would strike at Pharaoh's very heart, demonstrating his power like never before.
Tomorrow, I will send the worst hailstorm Egypt has ever known.
He warned Pharaoh to bring his servants and cattle indoors for safety. Some Egyptians, fearing God's word, obeyed.
The next day, Moses stretched his staff toward the heavens. The sky grew black.
And the Elohard rained down hail upon the land of Egypt. Thunder rolled, and the hail came down.
The hail struck down everything in the fields, man and beast. It shattered every tree, destroyed the flax and barley crops. But in the land of Goshen, where the Israelites lived, there was no hail. The divine protection was absolute.
I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked.
Plead with the Lord. Enough of this terrifying thunder and hail. I will let you go. You shall stay no longer.
I will pray, so you may know the earth is the Elohad's. But I know that you and your servants do not yet fear the Lord God.
Instantly, the thunder and hail ceased. The rain stopped. An unnatural quiet fell.
But as soon as the storm stops, Pharaoh and his officials harden their hearts yet again, breaking the promise once more. I have hardened Pharaoh's heart, precisely so these signs could be multiplied, showing my ultimate power.
They will cover the face of the earth.
How long will this man be a snare to us? Let the men go! Do you not yet understand that Egypt is destroyed?
Only the men may go. We must go with our young and old, our flocks and herds. Leave my sight now! Ah!
Pharaoh's defiance continued.
Driven from Pharaoh's presence, Moses obeyed God's command. He stretched his staff over Egypt.
Locusts.
They settled upon the land of Egypt in thick clouds. And they ate. They devoured every green thing the hail had left.
Every herb, every fruit, every leaf, gone, gone.
Moses, Aaron, come!
Pharaoh is desperate.
I have sinned against the Elohard your God and against you. Forgive my sin only this once. Plead with the Lord to remove this death from me.
See, Moses prayed, and God sent a mighty west wind. It swept up every single locust and cast it. But again, the moment the plague is gone, God hardens Pharaoh's heart. He refuses to let the Israelites go. Then God prepared the 9th plague, a direct assault on Egypt's primary deity, Ra.
And a darkness fell over Egypt.
For 3 days, this suffocating darkness covered the land. People could not see one another. No one moved from their place. But where the Israelites lived, in Goshen, there was light. The divine separation was absolute and undeniable.
Go, serve the Elohard. Your little ones also may go with you.
Only, let your flocks and your herds remain behind.
Not a hoof shall be left behind. We need our animals for sacrifices. We will take everything.
Get away from me. Take care never to see my face again. For on the day you see my face, you shall die.
As you say, Moses replied calmly, his voice heavy with doom. I will not see your face again.
And upon Egypt. After that, he will let you go.
There shall be a great cry throughout all Egypt, but against the Israelites, not even a dog shall.
Having delivered the final, terrible warning, Moses turned and left Pharaoh's presence in hot.
Then God gave Moses precise instructions for the Israelites, a sacred ritual that would shield them from the coming destruction, the Passover.
On the 10th day of the month, each household was to select a perfect lamb, without blemish, a year old.
On the 14th day, at twilight, they must slaughter the lamb.
They must take some of the lamb's blood and smear it on the 2 doorposts and the lintel of their houses.
That same night, they were to roast the lamb over the fire and eat it hastily, with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They must eat it in haste, fully dressed, with sandals on their feet and staff in hand, ready to leave at a moment's notice. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through Egypt that night, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you.
This night, this meal, this deliverance was to be remembered forever. The Feast of Passover.
And the people of Israel bowed their heads and worshipped. They went and did just as the Elohard had commanded Moses and Aaron.
Midnight. A heavy silence fell over the land of Egypt. Then, through the darkness, passed the destroyer. The hand of God moved silently. Where the blood marked the door, the destroyer passed over. Even the firstborn of the livestock in the fields die.
Pharaoh, his own heart pierced by the loss, finally broken, summoned Moses and Aaron in the dead of night.
Up! Get out from among my people, both you and the people of Israel. Go serve the Lord as you have said. Take your flocks and your herds as you have said, and be gone. And bless me also.
We are all dead men!
The Israelites, ready as commanded, gathered. They asked the terrified Egyptians for silver, gold, and clothing, and the Egyptians gave readily. They took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading bowls wrapped in their cloaks upon their shoulders. And so they marched, 600,000 men on foot, besides women and children, a vast multitude, finally free. Moses led them, carrying the bones of Joseph, fulfilling an oath made centuries before. They were leaving the land of bondage. God led them not by the near coastal road, lest they face war and turn back, but God leads them visibly. By day, a massive pillar of cloud moves ahead of them, and the Lord went before them.
And by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, that they might travel by day and by night.
The pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night never departed from before the people.
Word reached Pharaoh. The people have fled. His grief momentarily forgotten, his pride and anger resurfaced.
What is this we have done, letting Israel go from serving us?
And the Elohard hardened Pharaoh's heart one final time, driving him towards his ultimate destruction.
Pharaoh made ready his chariot and took his army with him, 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt.
The might of the Egyptian empire thundered across the desert in pursuit, intending to drag the escaped slaves back by force.
The Israelites, guided by God, were now encamped by the sea, at Pi-Hahiroth, seemingly trapped between the water and the wilderness.
A cloud of dust! Pharaoh's army! Were there no graves in Egypt, that you have taken us away to die in the wilderness? It would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die here.
Fear not. But stand firm and see the salvation of the Lord. The Egyptians you see today, you shall never see again.
The Eloard will fight for you, and you have only to be silent.
Lift up your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it.
And the pillar of cloud moved from before them and stood behind them, a barrier between the camp of Israel and the camp of Egypt.
To the Egyptians, it was a cloud of darkness, halting their pursuit. But to the Israelites, it lit up the night. Then Moses stood at the edge of the churning sea. He stretched out his hand over the waters.
And the Lord drove the sea back by a strong east wind all night.
And the waters were divided. A miracle beyond imagining.
The sea turned into dry land. The waters were parted, forming a wall to their right and a wall to their left. And the people of Israel went into the midst of the sea on dry ground, the walls of water towering beside them.
The entire nation, hundreds of thousands, walked between the liquid walls.
The Egyptians pursued them. Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, his horsemen charged after them into the very heart of the sea.
But as the final Israelite reached the safety of the far shore, God looked down upon the Egyptian host from the pillar of fire and cloud.
And he threw the Egyptian army into a panic. He clogged their chariot wheels, so they drove heavily. Disaster loomed.
Let us flee from Israel, for the Lord fights for them against Egypt.
Stretch out your hand over the sea, that the water may come back upon the Egyptians.
Moses stretched out his hand over the sea.
And the waters returned. The towering walls collapsed inwards with unimaginable force upon them. A maelstrom of destruction. Chariots shattered, horses drowned.
The Israelites stood safely on the far shore, watching in awe and terror as the sea closed over their enemy.
The waves washed the bodies of the drowned Egyptians onto the shore at their feet. Israel saw the great work the Lord had done.
I will sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed. Glory.
The story of the Exodus is the foundational epic of a people's birth in freedom, a journey from bondage to deliverance.
Ignited by divine calling, fueled by faith against impossible odds.
Their slavery was over, but their journey had just begun. 40 years in the wilderness.